Hey, my name is Joshua Glardon, and I'm going to be one of the presenters for you today for Damon, the Damon bot for Team JG for IFT 402. This is our build 2 video. Um, so let's dive right into it and see where we are right now for build 2. This is Team JG. Going from left to right, you have Josh Gillard, you have Pat Costa, and you also have myself, Joshua Glardon. So, what is our concept for our technology for the project? In essence, basically, we wanted to create a chatbot for Twitch that not only was new and innovative and did not have the same type of heavy-handed approach that most chatbots had, but also allowed us to incorporate natural language processing and also be able to provide real-time threat analysis for any type of threats that may arise in the chat room in Twitch. That's where we're at right now. Who's our stakeholders? Well, our stakeholders are Twitch streamers. We're looking different age groups, but our primary target audience is the streamers of Twitch. And our developmental tools. Nothing has really changed from our developmental tools at all. It is still the core developmental tools. We're still looking at Python being our language. We're still looking at leveraging Visual Studio Code. We are using GitHub as a repository to be able to pull and push our changes. And we're deploying it on a Windows Server 2019 so that we can also have the front side of it available for users to be able to use. So from there, I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to Josh Gillard.
Thank you, Josh. My name is Josh Gillard, and I will be going over some of the problems that our team ran into building Damon the Daemon. Now, the first problem that we ran into was that the chatbot hosted on the Amazon Web Services EC2 server was not connecting to the dummy channel that we created for testing. The IRC token, coupled with some syntax issues, kind of led to this problem. The overall resolution was troubleshooting those syntax errors, as well as generating a new token for the Twitch bot. Now, the second problem that we ran into is the integration of the user interface with the bot. Running the Windows Server 2019 on AWS, we were able to install Internet Information Services, or IIS, and host the website publicly. But ultimately, we want that user interface to connect to the bot and authorize users for anyone who wants to use it. Now, Twitch does have a guide on this on their developers portal, in which it will guide anyone on enabling an application to take actions on behalf of a Twitch account or access certain data about that user's account. So we're going to work on this more in build 2. Now, in lieu of the problems that we ran into, we did have some accomplishments to offset that. The first accomplishment we had was provisioning the Windows Server 2019 environment. We leveraged, again, AWS as it best fit our needs. Secondly, we created the Twitch bot account as well as dummy account so that the keys would be generated for communication. We also began building the front-end user interface, utilizing HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and deployed it to the AWS instance. Now, Patrick Costa will demonstrate some of these accomplishments for you.
One of the primary objectives in our design build was to deploy a cloud-based IT infrastructure that would host our chatbot. And one of the best ways to do that is using Amazon Web Services. In this case, we used a pre-built server that uses an Amazon machine image that has all the specs configured for the machine that we need. And in this dashboard, you can see our EC2 instance running. And to connect to it, you use the remote desktop protocol that uses key pair exchange to make sure that the communication with the server is secure. And to do that, I already have a session deployed, so I'm going to pull that up right now. And in fact, you do see that we have a Windows Server 2019 data center with 64 gigs of RAM. You can see the processor, and we also have additional on-hand 264 gigs of hard disk space. We also installed Visual Studio Code, which is our text editor, to develop our code, and we also have installed a GitHub desktop that allows us to access a remote desktop repository so we can collaborate together on different sections of the code. Another objective our team wanted to complete in this first build was to start setting up the main components of the system and start working on getting them to communicate with each other. And to do that, we created both a chat user for Twitch to actually host the bot, and then we wanted to make sure that the bot could actually connect to the channel. So in here, we'll walk through the demonstration. I'll do that. I do have my Twitch channel up here as soon as I can find it. Here, so this is our chat channel right here, and then our code exists on our virtual machine in here. So this is our code, and then it's important to make sure that we do have the bot name and then the owner. So this will be the streamer, and then deploys this chat bot, this chat bot. So we also have the different IDs and tokens that we need in order for this piece of the code to communicate with the channel and the chat bot. So if we come over here and we actually run this little bit of code, and then so that's going to be running, we come back over to our chat channel, and then we can actually see that the chat bot is in fact communicating with the channel. And you can also come in here and say something like, hello, and then the chat bot will communicate back to the user.
And lastly, I want to go over our schedule and what tasks we are planning to be ready for build 2 of Damon the Daemon. For the next build, we do want to have the user interface completely built and integrated with the twitch.tv API so that we can authorize additional users for the bot. Now to do that, we also need a database to be integrated with the user interface to collect and store the client IDs and tokens for those specified users. We also want to ensure the overall word filter and URL review is functioning for the bot so we can begin building a malware scanning tool. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next build.